I can't tell you how much I missed having fans in the stands when I'm watching baseball games, not because sometimes they get hit in the face by a home run, we'll talk about that later, but because of clips like this.
Rafael Ortega. 2 down, nobody on, 9th inning.
I don't know about you guys, but I thought that was pretty funny. What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today, including an injury update on Max Muncy. We'll talk about that first and foremost. But yes, we do have to show the clip of a fan getting hit in the noggin by a home run ball. I saw this live because it was Cleveland versus Baltimore, so obviously I'm going to watch that. Now, if you're going to any baseball games anytime soon, make sure that you use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself 20 bucks off your entire order. And if you've already used the code, just make another account. You can use it over and over and over. So yes, Max Muncy is unfortunately day-to-day as he has a questionable ankle injury. They don't even know exactly which play this injury occurred on, but right now he is suffering from some ankle pain. Max Muncy right now, I'm going to say, is the Dodgers MVP, maybe Chris Taylor at number 2, because Max Muncy, not only is he hitting a lot of home runs and driving in runs, but he's walking at a Barry Bonds pace right now. He is always on base. So let's go ahead and talk about the Dodgers game from yesterday. They faced the Braves, so this was a rematch of the 2020 NLCS. Freddie Freeman, after winning MVP last season, he's only had 1 RBI in his last 45 at-bats, so a little bit of a slump in which he breaks out of it with a home run. Gavin Lux, he has really turned a corner the last few weeks. He has a Superman slide just showing the effort, and then you have Justin Turner and Cody Bellinger taking a walk with the bases loaded, and then Will Smith and Taylor, they break the game open as Julio Urias sails through the bottom of the 5th inning. I do want to mention that Ozzie Albies, he has another 2-run double. I mean, he is hitting doubles like crazy. He brings the game a little close, but Jansen, he comes in and nails it down, and the Dodgers, they win 9-5 in a rematch of the NLCS. Before we talk about Shohei Ohtani on the bump and a few offensive explosions, let's go ahead and talk about the walk-off from yesterday. The White Sox versus the Tigers. The Tigers have been putting up a ton of runs as of late. The White Sox put up a 6 spot as Dallas Keuchel slices through 6 innings, only gives up 1 earned run, and in comes the White Sox bullpen, which is fairly good, but yesterday that was not the case. Now, luckily, Nick Madrigal comes in with a key home run. It's key because Jonathan Scope and Eric Haas, they kickstart a rally and they storm all the way back to bring the game close, and Yasmani Grandal hits his 2nd home run of the game to tie it up, and your mean Mercedes with this walk-off single, I am so happy for him because ever since your mean Mercedes hit that 3-0 home run and Tony La Russa called him out, he was hitting 150, and coming in to that at-bat, that final at-bat in which he walked it off, he was 0 for 25 in his last 25 at-bats. So good for your mean. Hopefully he can get back to raking, and honestly, baseball gods, be nice to him. He didn't do anything wrong. JP Crawford was seeing the ball very well yesterday as he takes Shohei Ohtani over the wall. Luckily for Shohei Ohtani, Justin Upton and Jose Rojas, they wanted to get in on the home run action as well, so they give Mr. Ohtani a lead, and Ohtani goes 6 innings, only allows 2 earned runs, and has 10 strikeouts. So now on the season, he has a 2.76 ERA, and speaking of 7.6, he only had 76 pitches, and it seemed like he was kind of annoyed at the fact that he was taken out. But along with that 2.76 ERA in 42 innings, he has 60 strikeouts. So Shohei Ohtani, again, is the most talented player in the history of baseball. Raisel Iglesias, to me, gets the game ball. He comes in the 8th inning, nobody out, bases loaded. He gets out of that bases loaded jam, and then in the 9th inning, he shuts it down. Iggy was absolutely sensational. He was mind-blowing. I haven't really seen that dominant of a relief performance in quite some time. I mean, honestly, he should get a Tops Now card for that. The Astros and the Royals exploded offensively yesterday. Let's talk about the Astros first and foremost because Yordan Alvarez and Jose Altuve, they make it 2-0, and then Carlos Correa in Buffalo. Really, anyone in Buffalo? I know a few days ago I said they were playing in Dunedin talking about the Blue Jays. They're in Buffalo now, so that's my bad. Maldonado comes in with a grand slam, and then a few more singles later, the score is getting out of hand, but Carlos Correa does not care. He hits his 2nd home run of the game, so he's now up to 10 home runs and an OPS plus of 136. Every core hitter in the Astros lineup, talking about Yuli Gurriel, Yordan, Altuve, Bregman, and Correa, all of them have a 129 plus OPS or above, so they have been so good to begin 2021. And then Zach Greinke with his first complete game since 2017, that was career win 214. So even at 37 years old, with how good the Astros lineup is, I fully believe that he can get to 250, maybe 270 wins by the time that his career is all said and done if he stays in Houston. Like I mentioned, the Royals went off and they are streaking peaking yet again. We'll talk about that in just a moment, if they're going to be able to keep it up or not. Salvador Perez drives in 2 RBIs after Andrew Benintendi doubled and drove in the first RBI. You have Michael Taylor and Nicky Lopez making it 6-0. And in steps 2-hit Whit. Why do they call him that? Because literally every single time that I'm seeing Whit Merrifield, he's having 2 base hits in a game. And yesterday, with this 5th home run of the season, he became the first player since 1980. The last player to do this was Ricky Henderson with 2 base hits, a home run, and a stolen base in a single inning. And the game was pretty much over at that point. Nick Gordon of the Minnesota Twins, I do want to show this because this was his first home run, and he is a highly touted prospect. So just like the last winning streak for the Royals, they're not really doing anything special. They're 19th in OPS, so about middle of the road, and then they're 19th in team ERA. So is this sustainable? Kansas City Royals fans, let me know. MVP Chris Bryant is here, and he is not going anywhere anytime soon. On this 2-run home run, he now has 13 home runs, and he has also played 5 different defensive positions. So in terms of being a valuable player, he might be the #1 guy. Hence, MVP Chris Bryant is back in business. Steven Duggar of the Giants has been the unsung hero. He's kind of giving me some Travis Ishikawa vibes. Did they win the World Series that year? I think they did, but he had a walk-off home run to send them to the World Series. Alex Dickerson hit a 3-run home run, and then you have Vossler going to dead center, and then Wade Lamont Jr. adding a home run of his own. There was a little skirmish for the Cubs, so they lost the game, and then you have Anthony Rizzo and Willson Contreras. I guess they just weren't seeing eye to eye on something. I'm going to try and find the clip, but the Giants, they are 9th in team OPS and 6th in team ERA, so this is not like the Giants getting lucky. They are raking, and they are limiting the damage when they're pitching. They're a really good ball club. 2 games that I want to talk about back-to-back, the Brewers and the Padres game, because Freddie Peralta and Blake Snell pretty much turned in the same performance. So the Brewers beat the Diamondbacks 5-1 on Freddie Peralta's 25th birthday. Vogie and Jackie Bradley Jr., they make it 2-0. And then it's very quickly 4-0 as Omar Narvaez gets very lucky on a Little League home run. Peralta, he was dealing as he turned 25 years old. He had a no-hitter going into the 6th or 7th inning, and Luis Urias saves it on this web gem. Peralta ultimately gives up 1 base hit. He has 9 strikeouts in just under 8 innings. He was sensational. And Omar Narvaez, he had the Little League home run, and then he backs it up with an actual big boy home run as the Brewers win 5-1. The Padres shut out the Mets yesterday. The Padres keep up with the Giants. They're now on a 2-game winning streak. Machado hits a home run off his former teammate Joey Lucchesi, and Blake Snell with easily his best start as a San Diego Padre. He also goes 6 no-hit innings, just like Freddie Peralta. He ends up with a final stat line of 7 innings, 1 hit, 0 earned runs, and 10 strikeouts on only 1 walk. Manny Machado with the 2nd run of the ball game on a bases-loaded walk, and then a few ejections later, and Mark Melancon getting his 19th save. The final score was 2-0. A crazy game in Texas. The Rangers go up 4-0 on a bunch of small ball, and then my friend Joey Gallo hits his 10th home run of the year. Kyle Gibson, he goes 5 scoreless innings and now has a 2.06 ERA on the season. Brandon Lau and Brett Phillips, they make the game pretty interesting, but luckily for the Rangers and their fans, Ian Kennedy strikes out Brandon Lau and gets the save. Kyle Gibson and Joey Gallo, those 2 guys along with Jonathan Scope, I think those 3 guys, maybe along with Ketel Marte, those 4 players are the biggest names that are probably going to get dealt before the trade deadline, which is coming up fairly soon. Rafael Devers haters are extremely down bad lately as he is exploding yet again for 15 home runs, 46 RBIs, a 154 OPS plus. Not enough people are talking about just the insanity that is Devers to begin 21. Michael King of the Yankees, even though the Yankees did lose 5-6, I'm sorry to spoil it, Michael King throws an immaculate inning, and even though Nathan Eovaldi wasn't throwing immaculate innings or anything like that, he was in fact immaculate, going 6 innings, only allows 1 run, did not walk anyone, 7 strikeouts as Aaron Judge drove in one of the only runs on an opposite field home run. It is so easy to hit a home run in right field at Yankee Stadium. So the Red Sox are now 4th in OPS, the Yankees are 22nd, and that's the biggest reason why the Red Sox are 1 game back of the Rays after winning 2 games in a row. Giancarlo Mejia, to begin his career for Cleveland, has thrown 8 scoreless innings and racked up 9 strikeouts, so he was really good yet again yesterday. Keegan Aiken was just as good, 5 fantastic innings. Unfortunately though, the offense could not score him any runs, so he did not factor in the decision until Harold Ramirez hit an RBI triple, and in my opinion, this is probably a completely biased fanboy perspective. I 1,000,000% think that the fans in left field interfered with Eddie Rosario's glove. Now, a lot of people are saying that Eddie Rosario was into the stands, so he was actually interfering with a ball that is no longer considered to be in play. So let me know what you guys think. The Orioles obviously won, and that broke my heart. But the fan, he broke his face.
Change that, but he did take one for the club. Ouch. Yeah. Get him a baseball.
Ryan Mountcastle is starting to wake up as a rookie. And speaking of another rookie, Ke'Bryan Hayes is so fun to watch for the Pirates. He makes the Pirates watchable, which is hard to say. He hits a 2-run home run, and then Adam Frazier has been unstoppable. He is leading all of baseball in base hits, and he has 2 more on back-to-back RBI singles. Ke'Bryan Hayes and Jacob Stallings, they combined to break the game open, and Ke'Bryan Hayes so far in his career, in his first 28 games, he has 7 doubles, 3 triples, 7 home runs, and a 213 OPS plus. That is legit road to the show numbers. He's not fair. Josh Bell and JT Realmuto, they make it 1-0 as the Nationals are going back and forth with the Phillies, and then Juan Soto on this opposite field home run, he stares directly into the soul of Zach Wheeler. He knew that this ball was gone. If I have kids, right, and Juan Soto retires tomorrow, I will tell my kids, even though Juan Soto only played 3 years, that he was one of the top 5-10 hitters I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, even though it's a small sample size, I don't need to see any more. Wheeler was not bad at all, but Scherzer was on top of his game, almost going 8 innings, only allows that 1 earned run early on in the game, and he has 9 strikeouts. Some bad running from Philadelphia. It cost them the W. I think maybe they would have had an extra out. I would consider the Nationals the NL version of the Twins because they have a ton of talent, but both teams are under 500 as the Nationals, even with that win, they're still 6 games below 500. And then the final 2 games from yesterday, the Reds versus the Cardinals. The young studs for the Reds, they carry the offense. Tyler Stevenson and Jonathan India, they make it 3-0. Now for the Cardinals, they also have some young studs as well. Edmundo Sosa, he hits a home run, and then Tyler O'Neill makes a fantastic web jam over in left field. He is on the road to winning his 2nd consecutive Gold Glove. Luis Castillo drives an RBI, and then he has a much-needed bounce-back performance. 6 innings, only allows 1 earned run, and then the biggest story maybe of all, Nick Castellanos. I did not want to jinx it. I'm going to knock on some wood. He has a 20-game hitting streak. That's the longest for the Reds in quite some time. Matt Olson drives in the first RBI of the day for the A's, and y'all better put some respect on Sean Murphy, talking about some of the better offensive catchers in all of baseball. He has 17 home runs and a 121 OPS plus in his first 111 games. That will definitely play. And then Mark Canha, we've talked about him a lot. He has a 134 combined OPS plus in his last 364 games. Mark Canha and Sean Murphy, they drive in a few more on some doubles. Matt Chapman, literally their most talented player, has a 207 batting average and a 91 OPS plus. That's not good. All right, everyone, well, that does it for today's MLB recap. If you enjoyed or learned something new, leave a like and also subscribe. Don't forget to use code Fuzzy if you're going to any baseball games anytime soon on SeatGeek. I'll see y'all in the second video, where obviously I'm not going to get any sleep for the next 24 hours trying to unlock the Superfractor Grady. Anyway, see you later.